Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dopefish Productions Reviewer, where we review anything that catches our fancy or interest. Today's review is A Lifetime Worth of Wrongs by Suicidal Alchemist. This story is a time travel fic with Naruto going back in time to change events of the story to correct his mistakes. Um, There isn't much of a summary except him being summarizing him losing Hinata and going back in time. That's pretty much the summary of the story. So far, the story has only gotten 4 chapters, and from the 4 chapters that have been posted, it is a very good story. I would honestly give it an 8 out of 10. And the only reason it doesn't get a perfect score is because there's been so few chapters and some things seem very rushed in the story. Though it may change if he posts any more chapters later on. Basically, this story is Naruto goes back in time to change events of the story while also becoming a father figure to himself, which is a pretty neat, interesting concept. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is a very good read, and I hope he would eventually update it uh, more. Um, Honestly, it's pretty interesting seeing how a powerful, more knowledgeable Naruto interacts with his younger self and interacts with those around him. That's pretty much all I have to say, except the bad things. Almost every chapter, you can tell there's a lot of events that he could easily freshen out or make lengthened to make it more enjoyable read. And he suffers from what most people in fanfiction suffer and doesn't have enough background stuff to make the story really build off of stuff. Um, Besides the main cast, you don't really see other characters in the story. But it's only been 4 chapters, so I can't really judge the story based on that. There's a lot that's just missing from the story at this point because there's been so little content um, going around. Though everything does seem a little rushed in the story. The only thing it doesn't seem that rushed is relationships in the story. Um, Not really. Because if I remember right, the relationships is over several days, and those are pretty good. He could easily improve this story by just lengthening interactions between certain characters. Um, Also, lengthening events outside of the interactions with characters. Make the older Naruto constantly thinking of stuff to do to make the story better. Make him put him in situations where he actually has to think about what to change and what not to change more, and make him think about how to improve his own skills and the skills of his younger self a little bit more, and actually put into words what he's planning on doing a little bit more. As of right now, it's just him training him in basic shinobi arts and Fuinjutsu, which is the Uzumaki main techniques. Um, that's all there is really to talk about this series. Honestly, if there was more content to this story, I'd be able to talk a lot longer about it. But there isn't really much content to the story, sadly. Well, thank you to coming to Dopefish Productions and listening to me rambling about this story. But there isn't much that I can do. butt man mumble. Now, thank you, and please watch my other videos, and I will try to start coming out with more content, not just about fan fiction. I'm eventually planning on doing uh, manga, anime, and anything else that I can think of as reviews, and I will be probably setting up another channel or two for other types of content later down the road. I will also be making a multiple other channels on different video providers because YouTube isn't as safe as it used to be to post content on, and you have to post it on multiple providers. That way, you can actually keep your content safe. Thank you for coming, and peace.